Today's pit stop, we will be unboxing and installing Eez RV Products TPMS. Yes, a tire pressure monitoring system. Not only will this monitor the tire pressure, it will also monitor the temperature. Now, we had a C-Class with a stick and caliper on it. Went about 50 miles. And we wondered what that smell was, and then we stopped at a stoplight and was wondering why there was smoke pouring out of the front tire. One of these would have notified us as the temperature was going up. So, we're making sure we have one on the new RV. So, let's get to unboxing. In front of me is everything that comes in the box. We'll start with the little thank you for buying their product. They are also letting you know that there is a 3-year warranty and that 24/7 technical support is available. And let me tell you, we hadn't even bought this yet. I was doing research and I sent emails. I was receiving responses in the middle of the night. I was receiving responses early in the morning. When I say 24/7, they mean it. I want to give a big shout out to Tom. If you've done any research on this, you've probably heard of Tom in technical support. I'm sorry to say he's moved on from technical support. He still is with the company, but I did get a chance to correspond with him a little bit. Moving on, you have the manual. If you flip the manual over, on the back is a diagram. This represents your RV, front axle, rear axle, and if you have a tag axle. And back here would be your trailer, or it would be your toad. Now, the reason they give you the diagram is because these numbers right here, you peel off the number, you put it on one of the sensors, and then you write down here where that sensor is going. And then when you get done everything that you're doing, if for some reason you have tires moved or whatever, you can remove the sensor and put it back where it goes. That way there, the unit will still act the way it's supposed to. And this is the main unit. We will get into that more later. As far as mounting it, you have a suction cup mounting. You have hard mounting here. Those are the 2 screws that go along with it. These here are extra O-rings. Down at the very, very bottom, which this is called the low profile stand, on the back of the monitor. See these 3 holes? They'll stick into whichever one you prefer, and it will balance it back. And coming around, you can hardwire this in, or you can use the 12 volt on it. It does have a built-in battery that will last for 60 hours, so the choice is yours. Then you have the sensors. We went with a 10 sensor system. As you can see, this will be our front axle, this will be our rear axle with the dualies, and the 4 remaining will be our towed vehicle. That way there we can monitor all the tires as we're driving along for temperature and pressure. Now, we went with these, which are basically valve stem caps. They also have flow through. I didn't want to go with those, but these have anti-theft on them. And as you notice, if you hold this, it will spin. Sorta. Sorry, I don't have nails. But say I'm holding here and it's spinning. So if this is on and someone tries to steal them, it's just going to spin. That is why they give you 2 tools. Now the way that these work, you slip it on and you would tighten it or untighten it. That's how it would come off.
Cool.
Now if you choose not to use them, you can always separate it. Take the top cap off. That is the actual sensor right there, and that can be screwed on and unscrewed with ease. But the reason for the anti-theft is because this can be screwed on and off with ease. You don't want them to walk away, right? All right, so we're going to start programming the sensors. All right, turn the unit on, start the setup. What you want to do is you want to press and hold set for 3 seconds. Okay, see how it says PSI right there? If you're into metric, just press the plus or minus button and it will go to the metric system. We want PSI, so I'm going to set that. Now over here, see it says Fahrenheit? That's what the F stands for. If you're into Celsius, press the plus or the minus and it will go to Celsius. But we want Fahrenheit. Choose set. So that's been set now. Now that I've chosen Fahrenheit, it wants my high pressure. My front axle, I keep both tires at 90, so my high pressure being 20% higher would be 108. So I'm going to use the minus key to bring it down to 108. I'm going to set that. Now my low pressure reading is going to be 81, so I'm going to bring it down because that's 10% less than 90. I'm going to set that. Okay, now it's moving to the back axle on our RV, and because I have it set at 90 for all around, the settings will be the same. So I'm going to 108 right now. I'm going to set that. The low pressure will be 81. Setting that. Now I don't have a tag axle, so just hit set and it will bypass it again. Now we're back here to either your trailer or your Toad. Now our Toad has 33 pounds per square inch in all 4 tires. This may not let us go down to that, so we'll see what happens. If it doesn't let you go down, you just bypass it and come back to it.
Yep, pack up.
Alright, so let's just hit set. See if we can't use the low pressure of 22. Set. Okay, 158 degree temperature, that is the factory setting, default. They suggest that you just leave it there. I have no clue how warm my tires get while we're driving. I'm pretty sure they don't get to 158, so after the first drive we'll know a little bit more. Alright, we still have to go back and reset that other tire though. So set. 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 Alright, so we went all the way around again. Now we're going to try and get it down to where it needs to be. So for the high pressure, I need it to go down to 40. Set. And the low.
It's already at 22.
It did go to 22. Cool. Set that. Now the temperature, where I already explained, 158, we're just leaving it there. Press and hold for 6 seconds to save. It's been saved. Alright, time to number the sensors.
1.
Now what we'll do, once they're all numbered, is we will put some clear nail polish over them, as recommended by the company. Just for inclement weather. Gives them another layer of protection. That was number 2. And number 10. Put a little coat of clear nail polish on it. Now this really makes it glamping.
Shiny. Now we
There
just
you go.
have to wait for them to dry.
Alright, before we get started, I want to let you know there's 3 ways to program these. Number 1, you'll turn on the monitor, get it all set to go. I'll show you that in a minute. And you can activate it by screwing it onto the air stem of the tires. That will activate it. The other way to activate it is just put them on all the tires, and then with the monitor go around and hold it within 1 to 6 inches of the sensor. And you can do it that way by hitting the code button. Or you can do it the easy way, like I'm going to, sitting right here at the table. Alright, so we said we were going to program the sensor sitting at the table, and we started to, but we kept getting an error code of low frequency. So we're going to go with method 2, and we're just going to use the air stem themselves. So before we get started, I just want to show you the tool and the sensor, how it works. Putting it on here, I know my hands are in the way, and I apologize. But you just use the tool to screw it on. Not the easiest thing in the world, but say you can't get that off now. No matter what you do, it's just spinning freely. So to take it off, put it back on, counterclockwise. See, I told you it's not the easiest to use. As you can tell, this is not the RV tires. This is just a more convenient tire to use. To put them, when we put them on the RV using the anti-theft tool is just gonna take a little bit of time. So it's easier to use this to program the sensors. That being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out of the anti-theft housing because it's going to make it a lot easier. Alright, bring the monitor down. What you do is you turn on the monitor. You're going to press and hold till it beeps the code button. It's going to show you all 22 tires and 2 sets of Fs. You may have numbers in there. That just means it was tested at the factory. Don't worry about it. You can clear them by pressing and holding set, or you can just do what I'm going to do because the code for the sensors will override anything that's in there. So it's starting out on the passenger front, which is our number 1. So I'm just going to screw it on.
Oh, that was quick.
And there you go. That one's set. So I'm just going to hit plus. It's going to go down to the driver's side front now. Screwing this one on. That one's done. Alright, adding. We are now doing the outer dually on the passenger side. This is so much simpler to do it this way than trying to do it on the RV. This will be the last one on the RV, and then we'll have the 4 left for the Toad. There we go. RV's done. I'll advance it. Now, I have to go through this because we don't have a tag axle, so just skip them. Just keep pressing the button and go past it. And because it's a Toad, I'm going to use the inners. So one more. Passenger inner, which would be the only one on the, on the Toad. There's no inner and outer. This will be number 10 on the Toad. And there we go. Now to save that, you just press code and hold it. There. Now we're getting low pressure alarms and everything because, well, we're using the truck tire and the RV tires are set to 90. This is set to 30. That's why we're getting a low pressure warning. All right, we're at the outer dually. Taking the valve stem cap off. You want to use the anti-seize because of the 2 different types of metal. You don't want it to corrode and not be able to get it off. And again, can't get that off.
So we installed the Eez Products Easy Tire Monitoring System yesterday, and today we're testing them out on the road. We're on the highway, and all our numbers are within spec. So we've done 118 miles non-stop, and everything's still looking good with the tire pressure and the tire temperature.
Well, we made it to our destination, almost 300 miles. It acted great the whole way. It was nice to have. Because it was so hot today, watching those tires get overheated.
Yes.
As you can see, things are getting back down to normal. So, until our next pit stop.
The end.